We've just been to the gym and we've just grabbed some fresh bread from M&S. Now it's time to head home and have some breakfast. Okay, I have been to the gym, I've just had breakfast, I've had a really nice start to the day, and now this is where my working day starts. So I will now go for a shower, I'll get ready, and then my working day begins. On today's agenda for work, we are going to be doing a lot of Bookmas stuff. So I am in the middle of prepping for Bookmas, I'm trying to create my introduction for Bookmas, and I'm trying to just get ahead a little bit and get all of my ducks in a row in terms of that. And then also I am going to be on a very exciting podcast today. I've never been on a podcast before. This is completely new and probably not in a typical day for me, but actually I thought this might be really fun to be able to show you guys. Yeah, it's basically going to be just me chatting to two of my bookish friends, and I can't wait. I'm excited, but I am actually just really nervous. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, you know what? I'm just gonna enjoy it. I'm just gonna enjoy it. I have got a book that I absolutely have to finish today, so there's going to be a little bit of reading involved. I also need to do some editing. There's all different kinds of bits and pieces that we've got today in terms of content creation, and I can try and show you guys a little bit of what that looks like. So let me show you what a typical working day looks like for me as a content creator. Okay, I have actually brought my Mac downstairs. I was having some technical difficulties on my laptop, so I've got my Mac in position in front of my shelves, which I thought would just be a really nice touch. And we are about to start recording the podcast in about 5 minutes. So I'm gonna go make myself a cup of tea. I'm gonna get sat. I'm just gonna have a quick look over my notes that I've made because I do have a tendency to waffle. So I was like, okay, I just want to make a couple of bullet points just so what I want to say is like clear in my mind, you know? Because yeah, your girl, as you know, she likes to yap, she likes to chat. So I'm trying not to be nervous and trying just to remember to enjoy it, and it is just friends talking about books. It's not that deep. So yeah, I'm gonna go make myself a tea and then we're gonna dive right in. Welcome back to Girls Unplugged. We have the lovely Luce with us today. Hi, hello guys, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here. I have just come off the recording for the podcast. I feel like it went really well. It was just like us yapping away about books, but it was gorgeous. It was gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And I had an absolutely fabulous, fabulous time. Just made myself a cup of tea. Just taking a minute or two to collect my thoughts and to just breathe a little bit. And now I am gonna continue editing my Bookmas introduction. So obviously, haven't mentioned yet, I don't think on here, but I am gonna be doing Bookmas this year. And at the moment, I am having to do a lot of prep and a lot of organisation and a lot of planning. I'll be honest, it's quite the undertaking, but I'm excited about it. So I obviously want to have a whole introduction that is just specific to Bookmas to make it a little bit Christmassy, a little bit cozy. I've got 3 choices that are all very similar. I have created them myself from scratch, but it's one of them ones where I look at it and I'm like, oh, I don't know. And then I've sent it to other people and asked which one do they prefer out of the 3, and I'm getting different responses from everybody, so it's a little bit tricky in terms of that. Obviously, normally I would be working at my desk upstairs, but I brought my Mac down here for the podcast, and I thought, you know what, stuff it, I'm gonna stay down here for a little bit. It's quite nice. It's quite nice to have a bit of a change of scenery. Shall I show you what I've been working on and what the Bookmas introductions are looking like at the moment, maybe? I feel as though that's really exposing myself, but I'll show you guys a few little micro changes across all 3. You'll be able to tell by the borders. The border's the main thing. The border is what is different. But anyway, enough yapping. Let me show you the bloody introduction. Now, obviously with those 3 designs that I just showed you, they are going to be animated and they are going to move. It's not just going to just stay there like that, it is going to move about. And initially, I think the one that is really capturing my attention is the one with the bows on the edge. I think that one is my favourite out of all of them. I think the first one was my first initial vision, so I think that's going to be the one that we go with. I just now need to make it animated, and then I also need to make it so that we've got 12 intros ready to go, so that then when the time comes to edit in, it's going to make my life a little bit easier, because the intros, they're there, they're good to go, and I can just whack them in after the introduction, and it should be smooth sailing. Obviously you guys are gonna just be with me, so buckle up. Hi monkey. This is your formal introduction to my sweet, sweet angel, Lily. My mum took her out this morning, which was very sweet, but it's my turn to take her out this afternoon. So, you know, we're gonna do a bit of work and then we're gonna take Lily for a walk. I finally finished all 12 of my Bookmas introductions. I've got them ready, they're prepped, I'm happy with where they're at. I have just replied to some emails and I've done some admin-y stuff. And now I'm gonna do some batch filming for TikTok. Typically what I will do is I will, on Sunday, spend a few hours planning out my week and thinking about what content I wanna make and what I wanna do on such days. And I tend to, how I work best is by splitting things up. So I'll like batch film some stuff and then edit in the afternoon, or I'll edit in the morning and I'll do some filming and some other bits, so that I'm not just doing all of the same thing throughout the day, because otherwise my brain tends to switch off a little bit. So now I've done some editing and I'm feeling really good about all of my Bookmas stuff. I am gonna batch film some TikToks. I've got some ideas, I've got some trends that I've seen that I want to hop on, and I just want to spend a little bit of time doing that. And then I'm gonna go and take Lily for a walk, so that's my next few hours and what they're gonna look like. So let's go. This is like my typical filming setup. I typically just use a tripod. I've got my phone, I always film on the back camera, and I've got a little warm light, and now I'm gonna batch film some content. But obviously I'm not gonna show you guys what the content is, because you guys are gonna be seeing that in the future. So I'm just gonna speed through me filming all of these. So now that I have batch filmed my TikToks, that's all done. And obviously if I see little trends in between, then I'll film those, you know, as and when I go over and get any ideas, or maybe same the week after. But now I've done that, I'm gonna go take Lily for a walk, just kind of hit reset a little bit. I'm gonna go take Lily for a walk, I'm gonna have tea, and then I am gonna have a shower, do some reading, try and see if I can finish Hollow Heathens. That's the book that I need to finish if I can. We've probably got like nearly 250 pages left to go, I think, off the top of my head. So maybe I could do a little bit of reading, show you guys that and my thoughts on that too. Let's go decompress and let's go take Lily for a walk. You see her in the background? She's looking for a stick. She's looking for a stick and she's looking at me thinking, well, if I can't find a stick, you need to find me a stick. Yeah. Now I'm gonna have a shower and I'm gonna put PJs on, but I've got some fresh PJs that I've ordered to try. So maybe I'll show you guys and we can do a little try on situation and see if any of these are cute, because we got all different kinds and these ones too. So I'm gonna go for a shower, maybe I'll show you guys these, and then I am gonna do some reading and we are gonna see if we can get through a chunk of Hollow Heathens. We're currently at page 277. This book is giving mysterious girl, because the whole concept, the whole plot, not a clue what's happening, but in the best possible way. So invested now and so intrigued, and I'm like, yep, give me more. I have no idea where this could possibly be going. So gonna have a shower and then we're gonna try on some PJs and then we're gonna read. Okay, this is the first pair. These are like a forest green colour with the white piping, which I am obsessed with. They are very cozy, and they've also got like a little like white detailing on the bottom as well, but I'm just worried that they're a little bit short and they're also kind of tight on the cuffs, and I just don't know if it's like as baggy as I would like pajamas to be. The material does feel really nice. So this is option one. Next. Okay, so they're not the worst pajamas in the world, but why do I like what's going on with the sleeves? Why are the sleeves so short? Why do I feel like a candy cane? I feel like I belong in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I thought these were going to be cute, but I think they're a little bit too cute. I feel like a toddler. Not for me. Guys, I'm actually obsessed. I'm obsessed. This lighting is doing absolutely nothing for me in these pajamas currently. But, oh my god, I need to try and show you guys properly. I thought I would stand against a plain wall with some better lighting so that you can see the little pattern. So cute, so cute. And I think the red is really nice. I think it's really nice. I feel very Christmassy and cozy, and yeah, I think these are a must. I think the other two pairs, I think they're gonna go back, and I think I'm gonna keep these ones. That's my little pajama haul. Now I need to read. Have my fresh pajamas on. I have got my book. I've got myself a cup of peppermint tea. And we're ready to do some reading and see how much we can do before we call it a night and we go to bed. So let's dive back into Hollow Heathens. So far, guys, I'm going to be honest, I could not tell you for the life of me what this book is about. I read the back of it and I was like, okay, I still feel just as clueless from reading the back of it. It feels like it's about witches, it feels like it's about covens, and it feels like it's going to be gothic and spooky. It is all of the above, I can confirm. But the writing style is really interesting, and I feel as though we are just being fed breadcrumbs throughout the entirety of the plot. We are constantly having little tidbits of information being revealed to us as we go, and I can't quite figure out where I stand with it. I think I'm enjoying it, I think I'm having a good time. This is just such a mysterious read as a whole, super mysterious, and it is definitely keeping me on my toes, and the more I read it, the more I love it. So I'm thinking that the last half of this book is gonna be great, and I'm excited to see where it goes and what happens and where the plot goes. So let's do some reading. Okay, so we are picking things up page 277 at chapter 26. See what we got in store for us. That's one of the things I love about a floppy book, is that you can one-hand it, you can do something else, but you can also do this, and it makes my heart happy. This book is really throwing me off because I just don't know who to trust. I feel as though we're being told one thing and shown another, and I'm like, Who do I trust here? Who's telling the truth? Who's legit? Who's got our girl's best interests at heart? And I don't actually know the answer. Okay, Julian, I see you. Okay, that's probably all the reading I'm gonna have time for. We have got to page 355, so we've got like 150 pages to go. We've done a little bit of a chunk. I'm pleased with that, and hopefully I can finish the 150 pages off tomorrow. But oh my god, this book is honestly taking me on such a journey, and I'm being thrown curveballs left, right and centre. I feel like I have read quite a lot of gothic fantasy, a lot of fantasy. I've never had this experience like I've had with this book. It's really unique, and I absolutely love Nicole's writing. And I love how he's like the dark shadow and she's the moon, and they are kind of like yin and yang in that sense. Here for that massively, and I am really enjoying it, and I'm so excited to see where this goes. So this is Laura's book club pick, and I'm excited to chat with the girls about it and see how they found it too, because this is one that I just don't know. Normally when we read a book, I'm like, oh, I feel as though people will have loved this, or you know, you get a general consensus. This one is just different to anything that we have read before. I think it's going to be a really interesting discussion about this book, and I can't wait. But that is everything for this week's video. Thank you so much for spending the day with me, and hopefully I'll have given you guys a little bit of an insight into my life and, you know, what a typical day looks like for me. All of them are different. I can't lie, every single day that I have is different, so it is quite hard to say a typical day in the life, and that's the nature of the beast, and that's also kind of why I love it so much too. So that is everything for this week's video. Thank you so much as always for watching. I hope you have an absolutely gorgeous, wonderful, fabulous week, and you guys know the drill. I'll see you at the next one.